as he pulls up, one will go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go out with a bang, not with a whimper. Enjoy. This is it. Rock and roll.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and a warm welcome to the 2014 Attack Helicopter display. My name is Captain Jim Trayan, and I'll be your display commentator. Your pilots for today are Warrant Officer Bruce Allen and Captain Sam Blackmore. The Apache Attack Helicopter display team are all pilots from the British Army Attack Helicopter Force based at Wallisham Airfield in Suffolk. The display aircraft has recently returned from Afghanistan, where it's had an operational crew at the controls and it's at its operational weight, which has been simulated by 2 dummy Hellfire missiles on the pylons, which you'll see as the aircraft departs. The display will take the aircraft right to the edge of its limits, and during the display I'll take the opportunity to talk about the weapon systems available to the crew. For those of you interested in a career in the Army Air Corps, we fly a variety of aircraft, fixed wing and rotary. You can go online to Army Careers and have a look at the Army Air Corps section there. The Apache is conducting a running takeoff, which is a technique that we use in hot and high conditions and is routinely used out on operations in Afghanistan, where we operate with a high payload and therefore it's a more safer way to get the aircraft airborne. For those of you who want to follow the team, we're on Facebook and Twitter and update the page on a day-to-day basis, giving you photos of the actions from the displays that we've conducted over the last season. The action for today's display, ladies and gentlemen, will take place on the airfield in front of you. The Apache is airborne, as you can see, holding out of the area and have their optics looking into the airfield. They're in support of a British Army infantry section, called sign Hammer, who are on a patrol from the far side of the airfield, from right to left, so look out for them. They're hunting down pockets of enemy fighters. The Apache is working with the section, using its optics to check the area ahead and also to keep track of the patrol's movements. Intelligence have informed the patrol that they're picking up increased enemy movement, so Hammer have called the Apache in to do a low pass known as a show of force. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the aircraft is now climbing up into height using a zoom climb to give them a better perspective into the target area. Now look out to your front and see if you can see any further pockets of enemy fire.
Apache, this is Hammer. We're receiving fire. Conduct a rapid descent and stand by to be called in for a stroke. Apache, there's likely the enemy. Request clearance for intelligence. Target engagement on one missile. Apache, you're cleared hot. Hellfire.
The Apache has sighted further enemy and is now positioning by by use of a pedal turn to your right to come in for a Hellfire strike. Captain Sam Blackmore in the front seat will be aiming the optics onto the target, and then he'll fire the Hellfire missile to engage the target. Ladies and gentlemen, the Apache is now conducting a 360 wing over and is going to position into the hover in front of us. Whilst the aircraft is manoeuvring, let's step out of the scenario and talk about the weapon systems the Apache has. If you look at the pylons or the outer part of the aircraft, that is where the Hellfire missiles are stored. The Hellfire, which you just see used, has two different modes of guidance, laser or radar. The laser-guided variant flies down the laser beam fired from the aircraft, whereas the radar-guided one is fire and forget. Next to the Hellfire are the rockets. Each pod can carry up to 19 rockets, and the aircraft can carry a maximum of 76. There are a variety of rocket types available to the crew, and they'll use them depending on the target type. Located under the nose of the aircraft is the 30mm cannon. This fires 10 rounds a second out to distances of over 4 kilometers. The pilot wears a monocle over their right eye, which they can use to aim and fire the gun. Finally, the large dome on top of the aircraft is the fire control radar, known as the FCR. This can find large amounts of targets, and with its computer, prioritise the most dangerous for the crews to shoot at. Back into the scenario, the crews are now manoeuvring low level using the fire control radar, that FCR, to find any targets that are out there. This kind of flying is known as Nap of the Earth, or NOE to the crews. This gives you the opportunity to see how manoeuvrable this aircraft is in a low level environment. Okay, so the Apache has received some further fire from the ground, enemy ground, and is now positioning by use of a return to target for a 30mm strike from the left. Apache's climbing back into the overhead to get a better perspective into the target area. This is routinely used by crews because height gives us a better perspective to look in there.
Apache, this is Hammer. We're receiving more fire. Request rocket attack to suppress the enemy. Roger, repositioning.
The crew going 90 degrees nose down there, giving you an opportunity to see how manoeuvrable this aircraft is and how quickly it can change direction even from the hover.
Apache, meanwhile, rocket. Apache, this is Hammer. Great shooting. All enemy destroyed and clear to return to base.
Ladies and gentlemen, the crew are now performing a bunt. This takes the aircraft right to its limits of 90 degrees nose up and is no mean feat a 10-ton aircraft. You'll be pleased to know the Apache, in coordination with the ground call sign, has successfully destroyed all the targets. The crew are now utilising a 270-degree wing over, known as a Max J turn, to fly past the crowd at low level for the last time. your cameras at the ready, ladies and gentlemen, as the crew conducts a quick stop into the horror in front of you. Please put your hands together for the 2014 Attack Helicopter Display Team. On behalf of everyone from the Attack Helicopter Force at Watersham, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Selex ES and Event Horizon, the expert team who made the pyrotechnics that you saw so effective today. Finally, we'd like to thank you, the British general public, for your continued support to the British Armed Forces. Thank you very much.
Marvellous, marvellous, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. What a finale.